cruise news time. Well, we've got a cruise line implementing a curfew, I guess in an attempt to, maybe calm things down. Cruise news. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and my views. It is September the 2nd, 2022. It's a Friday. It's the beginning of the weekend, as it were, and I've just returned home from Port Canaveral, Florida, after a fun and glorious 5-day, 4-night, I don't know how many days it was. Let's see, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday. 4-night, 5-day cruise on the Carnival Liberty. I had a wonderful time. I stayed up way too late last night and got up way too early this morning. And all I'm doing is washing my clothes, and I'm getting ready to drive right back to Port Canaveral on Sunday. I'll give you the big reveal of what my next cruise is and who I am cruising with. But we do have some breaking cruise news. Carnival Cruise Line has declared a curfew on minors. They've updated their under 21 policy, and this is specifically impacting kids 17 and below. I talked in a recent show about these feral packs of teenagers, marauding around the cruise ship at all hours of the night, causing mischief and being ne'er-do-wells. All of that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but not so much of an exaggeration because now we have an official Carnival Cruise Line policy. They can't stay out. They can't stay out late anymore. Let me give you the deets on the policy. Here we go. Guests 17 years of age and under who are not accompanied by an adult in their traveling party, 21 years of age and older, must be clear of all public areas by 1 a.m. each evening unless involved in a Club O2 or a Circle C teen activity. So let's break down what that means. If you are a 17-year-old and you are on a cruise and you are not with somebody that you're traveling with that's over the age of 21 or 21 or older, then you got to have your behind in your cabin by 1 a.m. Now, some of you may be out there going, well, are they really going to enforce this? I think that question was anticipated, and it was addressed by brand ambassador John Heald on his Facebook page. And John said this: any guest in violation of the curfew or whose behavior contradicts our rules could be disembarked in the next port at their own expense and not be allowed to have a cruise with us again. Back to the conversation of behave or be banned. There was a big announcement. Of course, the big announcement last week that if you cause trouble on a Carnival ship, they may give you the boot for life. And I'm assuming that since this is a policy aimed at minors, not only will the minors be in trouble, but also the adults in their traveling party. I think it's good, and I think it covers a couple bases. First, it cuts down on the packs of teenagers wandering around, causing mischief. Not all teenagers cause mischief, I'm not saying that, but there certainly is some percentage of mischief causing kids out there that are running amok. But yeah, unfortunately, one bad apple spoils the batch, as they say. And so at least we'll cut down a little bit on some of that running amok. But then also it adds a level of security for kids on cruise ships. There's some pretty horrible stories out there on the internet. If you search of things that have happened to minors on cruise ships late at night, it's bad. I'm just saying, you can find some crazy stories out there. And so I think this adds another level of security for kids, and it also helps curb the kids run amok problem. Way to go, Carnival. It'll be interesting to see if anybody actually does get booted off the cruise ship at the next port or get banned, or if that... Well, we'll have to see what happens on that. I got one more Carnival cruise news story for you, then I'm going to tell you what my next cruise is. But before I get there, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Let me ask you this question real quick before I tell you about the other Carnival cruise news story. Is there any song that comes on, like when it comes on, you're just happy to hear it? I was at the rock opera show last night, or the American Rock Show, that's what it was called, on the Liberty last night, and they cut into one song, and I was like, dang, I forgot how much I'll show you a little bit of their performance, but the song starts out like this. If I leave here tomorrow. You guys know the song, right? I was like, as soon as they dropped the lick on that, I was like, do Freebird, dude. But here's a little bit of the guitar solo. These guys actually crushed the rock and roll songs last night. I love cruise ship entertainment. What's your favorite cruise ship show? Ship show. I love the Ship Show. It's another YouTube channel. My friend John Klikowski and his partner in crime, York Doodles. That's what they call him. If you want a fun time talking about cruising, go check out the Ship Show. But a great ship show last night on the Liberty with the American Rocks. All right, the other big announcement from Carnival today is they've developed their own brand of hard seltzer. I missed I'm not part of the drinking culture, so I've missed the rise of the seltzer. Help me out, because this is how uneducated I'm going to sound. Is the hard seltzer to the 2000s what the wine cooler was to the 80s? I mean, is this a whole nother resurgence of Bartles and James, that kind of thing? White Claw, right? I've seen some TikToks where people are getting made fun of for drinking White Claw, like men are getting made fun of for that. Is that a hard seltzer? Carnival, they've got their own hard seltzer coming to your face. Let's see, they got 2 flavors. Now, this is going to be branded from the Red Frog Rum Bar. The first one is the Thirsty Frog Pina Colada Hard Seltzer. Do you like pina colada? Sweet and refreshing with hints of pineapple and coconut, it's the quintessential flavor of vacation. With a description like this, is this something that you're going to have to see if there's any legs on your hard seltzer? Oh, yes, I'd like to taste this. I don't think that's what, I think it's just a description. The Thirsty Frog Berry Hibiscus would be seltzer numero deuce. Flavorful and fizzy with a mixture of berries and a touch of hibiscus. It's the perfect drink to sip on the Lido deck. Fancy drinking seltzer style. Are you a hard seltzer person? What's the mystique? What's the mystique with seltzers these days? Is my wine cooler analogy correct? What happened to just like Old West drinking whiskey out of a bottle where you just take the cork out with your mouth and put a mouth? Yeah. How about that? All right. Let me tell you about my next cruise. My next cruise is on Sunday. I'll be returning to Port Canaveral with the beautiful Jenny, the pretty Jenny, the lovely Jenny, my shipmate, my life mate. We will be heading to Port Canaveral to jump on the Harmony of the Seas. And so, as I mentioned, the streak ended for not repeating a cruise ship, but I knew it was going to end anyways because I've been on the Harmony of the Seas before. Jenny has not. We're going to be on the Harmony of the Seas, and something special is happening. We will be cruising again with our original shipmates, my brother Retro Sarge and Heidi, the Queen of Deutschland. We did our first 3 cruises together, and then they haven't cruised since, and so we're taking them onto a new adventure. They've been on 3 Carnival cruises. We're going to give them their first royal experience, and we're doing it on a big ship. So I'm so excited to show my brother the royal cruising experience, just to see what he thinks compared to what he's been. So he's been on the Fantasy, the Paradise, and the Liberty. So think about that. Those are 2 small and a medium ship, and now he's going to go on what was once the world's largest cruise ship. Almost Paradise! I can't say Paradise with that. Or whenever we booked the Paradise, we had 2 tickets to Paradise. All right, I'm done with the mind explosion karaoke. I'm so excited. We pick them up at the airport tomorrow. Then we go on Sunday to Port Canaveral for a week of cruising. It's that cruise life, baby. I need to wash some clothes and get all that stuff done. What do you think about this curfew on Carnival? Do you think it will get the desired effect, or do you think it's just something that people will push back against? I'm proud of them. I'm glad that they're trying to, establish the guide rails for the culture on that ship. It's one thing to be thunderstruck. It's one thing to be choose fun. It's one thing to be the fun ship. But all of that without some sort of guardrails could end up in some scenarios that you don't want, and maybe we've seen some of them. And so it's nice that they're guardrails might be. Let's think about it. When it comes to Carnival, it's probably not the guardrails. They're probably just raising the bumpers at the bowling alley. How about that? They got the bumpers raised up, trying to fit that cruise culture right inside the bumpers, so that every time the ball rolls, you got a chance at a strike. How about that for weaving an analogy? There you go. All right, thank you so much for checking out the show today. I hope you enjoyed it. I sure enjoyed it. Can you tell? I am a buzz with caffeine and White Castle and Starbucks. I think I've shoved every vice in my face on the ride home. But look, the lady wants White Castles. You bring them home. Am I right? All right. Do me a favor. Do me a solid. Hit the like button. And look, unfortunately, if you do not hit the like button on your very next cruise, regardless of your age, they will slap a curfew on you. Especially if you're on Holland America Line, they'll be like, "Hey, Mr. Johnson, I know you're 85 years old, but now you have a curfew. You have to be in your cabin by 6:15." And the guy says, "Ha! I go to my cabin at 4:30 after I eat dinner anyways." In your face. Just hit the like button. You won't have to worry about all that. All right, this is Tony for Lido, Loca, and until the next time, no towel animals were harmed during the making of this film. We'll see you on the Lido. Watch this video.